This is Natal. I miss everybody. I'm here to do another book recommendation video for you. So the name of the book is called Flying Solo, and it looks like this that you see here on my screen. And it has kind of an interesting premise. It's fiction. It's about a sixth grade class who, has a great teacher, and it goes well normally. But he ends up being absent for the day, and he has a substitute teacher that's supposed to come in and take care of his class for the day. But what ends up happening is the substitute teacher calls in sick as well, and things are a little bit hectic at the school, and they don't realize that there is no teacher in the sixth grade class. Now, you're probably saying, oh, that would never happen. Well, this exact thing happened to my daughter's class. I can't remember if she was in sixth grade or in middle school. It might have been middle school. It was middle school. And it was for a math class of hers. And the class just ended up doing their work and doing what they were supposed to do, chatting a little, never let anybody know. The day went on. And that's what's interesting about this book is that the teacher, and I wrote down a few things. One thing he always tells this class is character is how you act when nobody is watching. So I think it'd be interesting for you to read this book and find out if the class does that exact thing, if they end up following the teacher's normal instructions, because the instructions are actually left there for the sub so the kids know what it is they're supposed to be doing. Anyway, this is one of those books that is a combination of like really sad moments, and then at the same time really funny moments, because of course there are kids on here that there's one kid that just wants to go tell that there's not a sub. There's another kid that just wants to follow the lesson plans just as they're written, right? There's one kid in there that it's actually his last day at the school, and he's a little bit of a troublemaker-ish. So he, of course, is looking at it a little bit differently. And then this is one of those stories that we've read before where it's told from different viewpoints, kind of like the Mr. Terupt, those of you that have read that series. It's told from the different kids' viewpoints about what's happening, but the whole book takes place over one day, that one day when the sub is gone. And I'm not going to tell you what happens at all, but I do want to mention that there is something about a quarantine in here, and I'm not going to tell you who or what, but since a lot of us are quarantined right now, it's kind of an interesting tie-in. And then the other thing I want to mention is Mrs. Meyer. Some of you know Mrs. Meyer. She's another teacher that teaches reading like I do. She is offering to do like a read aloud of this book every day. And she's going to have it start on Monday, May 11th. And let me just see. I think she plans to have it from like noon to 12:30 each day. So you'll be able on the 11th, be able to go into her folder on Mrs. Dolan's page and click on the link, and you can go in and just listen to this story. She'll be reading a little bit of it every day. She's not going to ask anybody to do anything. I mean, you could even be doing other things and have her reading in the background, listening to it. And then the other bonus to this is that Mrs. Dolan said that you could count this towards reading minutes if you wanted to as well. So if you're someone that really wants to get like an hour worth of reading in every day, and you're only being able to get in like 15 minutes, by listening to Mrs. Meyer read this book, you could count those as your minutes as well. So you might have access to this book on your own if you do read it, or if you would like to listen to Mrs. Meyer do it, that'd be great. And let me know what you think of it. Have a good day.